Harvard Divinity School.
Uses and abuses of power in alternative spiritualities. Implications for spiritual care of patients and communities. April 29th, 2023.
Okay, thank you. And thank you very much for having me here. I'm very excited. So I will just start. In the poor outskirts of Delhi, gurus and devotees acknowledge that people approach gurus in time of trouble. As Rajeshwar Anand, the guru you can see in the photo, he's the guru of hyperlocal communities, says, a healthy person does not go to a doctor. Only a sick person goes. In the same way, the people who come to see me are unhappy in some way or another. Their unhappiness can be financial, social, mental, or related to health issues. No one comes here initially to find God. In what follows, I narrate devotees' recollection of their first interaction with the guru and the guru's perspective on their first interaction with the devotee. As I demonstrate, the devotees and the gurus have different and even conflicting interpretations of their first meeting. Each side's interpretation reveals its own needs and wishes from the other in this relationship. The devotees need a divine savior, while the gurus need active and loyal participants. Only if the needs of both sides are fulfilled does the relationship have the potential to move forward. The discrepancy between the gurus and the devotees' account of their first interaction is mainly about agency over the devotee's well-being. In other words, who holds the power to transform the devotee's life? Is it only the guru, or is it also the devotee's doing? The paper is based on intense ethnographic fieldwork of several years in Delhi's poor peripheries within two hyperlocal Guru-Bhakti devotional communities. One is in the east in Shahadra and the other one in Chhatarpur Extension. Such communities and their gurus belong to the city's geographical, socioeconomic, and cultural margins. They are situated in a modern city, but live in a patriarchal, stratified, casteist society and in poverty. Each community is only a few hundred devotees, mostly inner migrants from different cultural backgrounds and caste. As migrants from faraway places, devotees lack not only government services, but also the traditional support networks of their extended families, which they left behind. Unlike middle and upper class devotees who approach a famous, wealthy, hyper-guru organization, such as the Art of Living of Ravi Shankar and Mata Amritanandamai, as you know, the Hugging Guru, which they approach for self-improvement, meaningful life, fulfillment, and spiritual development, the residents of Delhi's peripheries approach a guru in their locality due to existential life crisis. After interviewing dozens of devotees, I identified four main issues with which individuals approach a guru. Marital problems, or as devotees call it, pati ki baat, husband's issues. Financial difficulties, afflictions caused by malevolent supernatural powers, such as a curse or a divine entity, and affliction caused by a curse. Well, in the paper, I narrate several stories of devotees. Here, due to lack of time, I narrate only one, and the most common one, pati ki baat, husband issues. So Sweta Aurora is a 50-year-old devotee. She lives in Eastern Delhi with her three daughters. Her husband died of liver and kidney failure, commonly related to alcoholism. When she met Rajeshwar Anand, her guru, after the loss of her husband, she was fighting a court case and suffering from violence and humiliating behavior of her husband's family. So we will read together now. It's a quote of Sweta translated from Hindi by me. My mother died from a sudden heart attack when I was 17. So I was married very quickly against my will, within 6 months of her death. Everything happened to me quickly, married, children, and then I became a 26-year-old widow. After my husband died, I was fully in the control of my in-laws. Before I met Guruji, I was young and childish. I had no say over my life, and I suffered a lot. I hardly even opened my mouth to talk. Then more trouble came. We had a shop. My husband leased the shop against the security as a collateral to get easy money for drinking and gambling. So the new landlord of the shop filed a court case against me. The shop was all we had. It was an impossible case. I never imagined I could win. I did not know what to do. Then I heard about this guru who lives close by. When I first met Guruji, he gave me his blessing and immediately got me a good lawyer. But Guruji knew much more than I told him. He explained that the store must be registered in my name and not as my in-laws wanted in their name. This way, he said, you will be liberated from them. In less than a year, I won the case. It was a miracle. The case was over, and I even left my in-laws' house. Can you imagine that? Woman living alone with 3 daughters? She says proudly. It is all Guruji's kripa, mercy. He is my mother, father, friend, and God. Now, my oldest daughter just finished her BA and will do MPhil as well. Most importantly, we have so much peace in life. Like Sweta, devotees described themselves in the time before they met the Guru as experiencing distress and an extreme lack of agency and power. Following the sociologist Anthony Giddens' definition of agent and action, they felt an inability to make a difference to a pre-existing states of affairs or course of events. They suffered at the hands of a malevolent agent, a curse, evil spirit, a drunk husband, or abusive in-laws, and felt that things were out of their hands. In contrast, they portrayed the guru as benevolent agent with augmented divine power who can transform their life for the better. At this stage of interaction, it seems, the devotees swept the influence of the malevolent agent with that of the guru's benevolent agent, and thus remained powerless. The devotee's point of view established a hierarchical dichotomy between the devotees' agencies and the gurus. The devotees were helpless and the gurus powerful. The devotees were acted upon and the gurus were the actors who impacted their lives. The devotees needed well-being while the gurus gave it in abundance. Such a dichotomous description of agency between gurus and devotees fits both the common public notion and the academic literature of the guru-devotee relationship. Indeed, in traditional and canonical Bhakti texts, academic literature, and public discourse, one of the prevalent features of the Hindu Bhakti devotional tradition is surrender to divine agency. Surrendering or taking refuge, Harlena, mostly means conscious effort to illuminate and subordinate the ego-driven self to the will of the divine, be it guru or God. In return, for the devotees' complete surrender, the divine entity showers them with compassion, daya, and grace, kripa, and works miracles in their lives. For example, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, being both God and Guru, explained to Arjuna, the warrior, that complete surrender to him is the only way to gain divine grace and overcome hardness. He says, be mindful of me, be loyal to me, sacrifice for me, and treat me with respect. I promise you truly, you will reach me, for you are dear to me. Relinquish all your duties and come to me as your sole refuge. I will deliver you from all evils. Do not worry. One famous example, another one, is a poem by Kabir, a 16th century poet, in which the devotee's self-surrender to his guru and God is so profound that they are united into one, and the devotees simply vanish. A quote which is still used today in Guru Bhakti communities. When I was there, then Hari, God or Guru, was absent. Now, when Hari is here, then I am not. The lane of love is too narrow. There is no room for two. In the academic literature, the fixed hierarchy of agency between a guru and a devotee, which the ideal of surrender establishes, is both criticized and romanticized. Some scholars, such as Lisa McKean, Anthony Storr, recently also Amanda Lucia, condemned it as a source of potential abusive relationship between the guru and the followers. While according to others, most famous of them, Sudhir Kakar, surrender is the source of a successful, empowering, healing relationship between the two. Either way, using the Tamil Shri Vaishnava known metaphor, devotees are perceived to be almost agentless, either baby monkeys who actively take a fast grip on the mother's abdomen when in danger, or kittens who passively sit and wait for the mothers, of course the guru, to carry them by the scarf of the necks away to safety. Surprisingly, it is the hyperlocal gurus who undermine this dichotomy of agency. More than taking credit for their doings, the guru highlights whatever small agency newcomers had in the first interaction, even when it seems that they had none. For example, when I heard Rajeshwar Anand, the guru in the photo, public talk, pravachan, for the first time, he welcomed a new devotee, a 35-year-old woman, to his community. She had approached him after her husband has passed away. To my surprise, he did not disclose the woman's problem or the kind of help he had given her. Instead, he complimented the woman on her courage in seeking help, not giving up by becoming another old widow, locked away at home, and becoming a strong mother willing to work for the first time in her life and provide for her children. He used the well-known metaphor of a boat on the samsaric ocean and the shore of the liberation to emphasize the importance of taking individual responsibility for one's life and action, even if it means merely seeking and accepting help. Let's read together part of this public talk. Each one of us is sitting alone in a boat which is drafting on the waters of the dark waters of the ocean, which eventually, sooner or later, will sink. The sinking will happen fast or slowly for many different reasons. It can be the slow sinking of getting old, or sudden one caused by a heart attack. Sometimes our boat is punctured due to some hardship or bad luck. Then we start to sink fast. Waters floats our small boat, our feet are already wet, and before we notice, the water reaches our neck. Now let's say there is a man. He's on his boat, which is sinking. He has some problems, maybe even cancer. This man is a devotee of the Devi, the goddess. In his time of trouble, he calls the Devi, saying, Matarani, Matarani, come and save me. Then from nowhere, helicopters appear, and the pilot casts a rope down to the drowning man, calling, drop the rope. It will take you to the shore. But the man is a devoted bhakta. He has complete faith in the Devi. So he replies, no, I will not. Matarani will come and save me herself. The crowd laughs. My beloved companions, what will happen to this foolish devotee? He will drown. The Devi is everywhere. She herself sent the pilot to save that man, but he will not even sit and grab the rope. My beloved companions, the Devi will not come and carry you on her shoulders. You have to do something. You have to grab the rope. Sometimes God comes in the form of your neighbor, saying, come with me to my guru, for he can help. Or the guru himself says, come and light a diya, oil lamp, for 40 days. Sometimes I might say, light a diya, but also take this number, call this doctor and get yourself checked. Or I send you to a lawyer or police officer to register a complaint. Then you have to act. You must do something. No one can do it for you. This decision is in your hand. This karma is in your hand. If you want to reach the shore, you have to follow willingly the instructions of the Sat Guru, the true Guru. You cannot sit at home calling Matarani, come and save me, Matarani, come and save me. In their narrative of the first meeting, the Guru's first point to a self-motivated action that all devotee takes in the first interaction with the Guru. They come to meet the Guru. Each devotee sitting in the crowd has their own unique story of how and why they came. What is common to all is that they knocked on the guru's door at some low moment in life. The gurus mark this moment as a significant one, as a thing to be celebrated, a moment of right conduct and free choice. The guru framed this decision as a moment of emerging agency. Devotees did something that impacted and changed the course of their lives. Second, the guru stressed that the devotees must be active and take responsibility even after meeting the guru. The kind of responsibility they seek is to keep coming to the guru and acting according to the guru's instruction. The guru's worldly and religious instructions expand the devotees' range of action and responsibilities. The guru stressed that it was the individual devotee who chose to come, that it was the devotee's choice to follow the guru instruction, and that it is the devotee who later choose to participate in the community's gatherings and activities. From their perspective, this is how such a relationship is created, and this is how devotees open paths to kalya on their own. In their efforts to enhance the agency of the devotees, the gurus tend to talk about the devotees' path to well-being using active, rather passive grammatical forms, which are more prevalent in Hindi. The passive is more prevalent. They use active ones. Thus, they emphasize devotees as subject, that is, the one who are doing something to achieve well-being. Devotees' well-being is not the result of an action done to them as passive object. The guru use expressions such as the decision is in your hands, decide for yourself, you have to do something, and even this karma is in your hands. In such sentences, the guru emphasizes apna, your own, as in your own decision, wish, doing, and frequently use the verb karna, to do, in the imperative mode karo kijiye. In this way, the guru encouraged devotee to be active in their daily life within the guru-devotee relationship and participate in the community's religious and social life. In the 3 minutes I have for conclusion, let me start in answering the why question. Why is it so crucial for the gurus to focus on the devotee's agency and not their own? In the last Guru Purnima, Rajeshwar Anand, the guru, sent a WhatsApp message to his devotees saying that some gurus state the devotees are like baby monkeys and kittens, dependent on the mothers to move ahead. Such gurus are naklis, fake. In the darbar, the court of the true guru, there are no billis or bandar ki bache, no kittens and baby monkeys. The Sadguru teaches the devotee to walk on their own. Yes, the Sadguru can mark for you the right path, but in order to achieve complete kalyan well-being, you have to walk on your own. Even God will not help you with that. By shifting the balance of agency towards devotees, the gurus acknowledge that they cannot provide well-being single-handedly. They need newcomers to see well-being as the result of the devotees and the guru's joint effort and responsibility, and not just as an outcome of the guru's divine power. This move sets the tone for the devotees' socialization process and the relationship they form with the guru. In the poor peripheries of Delhi, the gurus cannot carry devotees on their shoulders, simply because the devotees and potential devotees face constant crisis. Such hyperlocal communities have limited resources and they cannot sustain themselves or survive for long without sweeping the bhakti ideal of surrendering with the urban capitalist ethos, some would even say myth, of self-making, and the belief that with responsibility and hard work, everyone can achieve everything. For the collective growth and well-being of such communities, there is a need for active, innovative, committed members rather than passive and demanding ones. While this transformation can take months and even years, it starts in the very first interaction with the guru. And indeed, with time, the devotees in such communities ends up as grown members of the troop, who have the means of taking care not only of themselves, but also of others. In such Guru-Bhakti communities, the ability to provide for others is the ultimate definition of worldly and religious well-being. Thank you very much.
Sponsored by the Program for the Evolution of Spirituality.
Copyright 2023, the President and Fellows of Harvard College.